Hello, YouTube family. How you doing? It's the sexiest man on YouTube, of course, Kofi Baraka. And right now, you're in Kofi Baraka's world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Baraka! You thought I forgot, niggas. No, that's my shit. And of course, this is season 4. This is a good sequence. Episode 4. And this episode is entitled Chosen Ones, Colorado versus Racists. So you know we're going to have a good ass episode right now. I got my CarMax. I ain't talking about the dealership either, man. No, I'm joking. I just realized it's called CarMax. I thought it was CarMax this whole fucking time. Let's see. Got my CarMax. Woo! And we're going to start with a good prayer. God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. And thank you for the ability to be able to have all my senses to see the game and to give a good reaction. Thank you, God, for this opportunity and this time. Amen Ra, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. God's first. I ain't gonna play today. Let me rub my rock. We got the Ogun. We got the candle for, of course, prosperity, because we're millionaires. You know what I mean? I got the African drum. Boom. Ethiopia. Got my money. We got Black Buddha. You know what I mean? We got the other Buddha. Alright, cool. So, of course, chosen ones, today we're talking about, I got a couple of points, but we're talking about the Colorado game. And not the game they played with Oregon. You know what I mean? Not that game. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the game before, or if you know anything, the game when Travis Hunter got hurt. That game. You know what I mean? When they played the other Colorado State, I believe. So the Colorado I'm rooting for is Colorado Buffalo. Deion Sanders. Prime time. Neon Deion. That's how far back I go. I go back 89 Falcons. I go back when it was him and Rising, before he messed with Left Eye. When he had the worst cornrows ever. It looked like somebody burnt his cornrows. You know what I mean? But I go back when his son was a baby. I go back when, like, Deion's mom was fine. She's still fine now. You know what I mean? Mrs. Sanders, still fine. But when she was like, ooh, you know what I mean? She was for real. You guys see that interview when they all together? That was cool. When he first got drafted, you know what I mean? But basically, I love the whole family. I love all. I watched their reality shows when they were with Trinity. You know what I mean? I watched their shit when they was with Jackson State. And I've been watching Deion forever. You know what I mean? Forever. You know what I mean? I remember his sneakers was hot as hell. You know what I mean? But back to the point. So the game, Colorado versus Colorado. Overtime's the whole shebang. I think they had overtime. And just a dirty ass game. That game was so dirty, I had to wear a condom. Let me see, we're about to smoke this real quick. That was a dirty ass game. Now I brought up Deion. Deion never played dirty. I watched him all 13, 14 years of his career. I'm talking about Falcons. I'm talking about San Francisco. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm talking about the Redskins. I'm talking about when he retired, came back, Baltimore Ravens. He scored like 3 or 4 touchdowns, man. So I've been watching his whole career. Florida, I watched his baseball shit. I watched when he played for the Yankees in terms of the spring team. I watched when he got traded to the Braves and had a decent contract. I remember when they won the championship and he didn't really care. You know what I mean? I remember when he played for the Cincinnati Reds, retired, came back in the league. You know what I mean? So I've been watching him forever. You know what I mean? I grew up on Deion. Shit, he was in an episode Living Single. I've been watching Deion forever. And SNL. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I've been watching. And even that game was so fucked up. First of all, if Deion was able to play all his players at the same time, no team is beating him. If he was able to play Horn, Weaver, Shador, Shiloh, Travis. I'm talking about shit, all of them. You know what I mean? He was able to play the new DB. What's his name? Kalami, whatever his name is. Kalami. If he was able to play all his players and defensive players, they would not win. They had to shun one defensive player. They said he was ineligible. If he was playing, that was the missing piece for the defense, and they made sure not to get him. So it's like, you already did that. Then you try to hurt Travis Hunter. A liver shot out of all things. That's the same thing that fucked up Ryan Garcia. That's serious, man. That's some dirty shit. Liver? You gonna hit the nigga liver. And then it's Travis Hunter. So it's like 3 players in one. This nigga play offense, defense, everything. Then you try to hurt Shador. And then that's when you finally got the player kicked out the fucking game. But then it's a nigga. But then the white nigga is still in the game. And Horn made the touchdown, the winning touchdown. And juked that nigga, Henry Blackwell, his racist ass. He deserved every death threat. He deserved all that shit until he apologized. I'm happy he got that response. You don't do no shit like that. Some dirty ass shit. Come on, man. That's how you know racism is alive and we gotta kill it. It's ignorance. Even the black niggas that played for that team, Colorado, they were under the spell of racism. People think racism is just white people. No, racism is a frame or a mind frame of thinking. If you want to even say thinking, you're really zombie mode. And even watching that game, look at the fucking coach. He's supposed to be a nigga. He look like a motherfucker from Miami Vice. And not the movie with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell. I'm talking about the real Miami Vice with fucking, what's his name? Don Simpson and fucking Philip Michael, whatever the fuck his last name is. Thomas, I think his last name. You don't know what the fuck he is. At least with Deion, you know who he is. That's an Aboriginal king from Florida. You know what I mean? That fought in the Gullah Wars. You don't even know it. Just in this, how can you say, dimension, he's just a football player and coach. But he was basically the modern day warriors. That nigga was a warrior all his life. Every time he came back in his life, he was some type of warrior. You know what I mean? So it's just like his whole family. So it's just like that game showed me like, damn, racism is still fucking alive. Even hearing what they said to them on the field was bad. Then you got the one nigga, I think his name is Horton. He doing the Deion dance. I would have fucked his ass up. That's so disrespectful. Don't do Deion dance, man. Don't do one of my favorite players. Don't do his fucking dance, yo. Then, that shit was so dirty. Then the coach said what he said. Oh, I don't wear no hat. And I take my hat, I take my glasses off. I guess so, because nobody don't know who the fuck you are. I ain't know who the fuck you are. I still don't know who the fuck you are. Shit, you wear a hat and some fucking shades. You might be Carmen Sandiego. I didn't know what the fuck he was. I'm like, you Spanish, you Indian, you black. I know you black. That damn hair. Nigga had an S curl. Come on, man. That was an STUV curl, man. That shit was so slick back, man. God damn it. It's fucking 2023. Dirty ass game. Then the next game, of course, they play Oregon. That was dirty too. First of all, that fucking quarterback was old as fuck. Secondly, the quarterback dad was a quarterback from Auburn, and he plays in Oregon. But the dad was a good quarterback. You know, that's basically that's almost a cheat code. They played the same fucking position. And that nigga, I think that nigga been in the league since 2015. That nigga been in college for 8 years. So who knows? And I mean, I'm just joking, but they say he been that motherfucker for a long time. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit, man. That game. And then 28 teams, 28 white teams. Some sprinkle with black players. 28 white teams went against Deion for that Oregon game. That's why they was able to win. 28 teams came together. So you try to tell me 28 universities came together to go against this brother. I think Deion was right. I think they're not trying to beat the team. They trying to beat this brother. And they're not taking no Little Wayne opening up the goddamn game and this nigga with 8 toes running. They're not doing that. They're like, oh, come on, this is too much. Ain't he talking shit? Come on, man. God damn. I thought I was watching the Boston Celtics. I thought I was like in my generation, that was the first time I seen some shit like that in college football, sports in general. That was my version of watching like winning time. That was my version of watching the Lakers versus the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? In Boston. You know what I mean? In their arena, cold, damp, bunch of white niggas that don't like you. They'll lynch Paris if he wasn't wearing 0-0. So it's just like, that shit was crazy. I gotta rub the Ogun. So that shit was crazy watching that shit. And I wanted to air this video before, but I was like, should I? But I'm like, God damn, that shit was so dirty. I gotta say some shit. You know what I mean? I gotta say some shit. That was some dirty shit. Damn, that was some dirty shit, man. That was some dirty ass shit, yo. Good God, Miss Molly. I know I keep doing Little Richard references, but god damn, that shit was dirty, man. God damn. I know I keep saying it, but that was horrible, man. That was horrible. Then the nigga's still playing, Blackwell. I think that's his name, Henry Blackwell, number 11. I know that for sure. Motherfucker, man, racist as this fucking country, man. We gotta be better. We gotta be better, or it's gonna get worse. Shit, that's my quote of the week. Kofi Baraka. It gotta get better, or it's gonna get worse. And that's no threat. It's just common sense, man. God damn, man. And that's just sports. I mean, I know it's for the gamble. I know it's strategic, and it's they playing each other, and sometimes one team might forfeit and things of that sort. It might get bought out. I know the realities of the game, but goddamn, 30 is dirty. You hear what I'm saying? Dirty is dirty. And just because they're black, first of all, they angry at, I'm gonna keep it 100. They angry at Travis Hunter. I'm about to end the episode. They angry because this nigga got a house. They angry at this nigga got a nice ass car. Or cars. They angry at this nigga got millions from the NIL deals. I think he got like 3 million, 4 million, I think. And then Shador got like 3.5, some shit like that. Even Shiloh, all them niggas got fucking deals. Even the ones that don't play got deals. Deandra, she got a deal. All them, that KFC, they all got broke off. But it's just like, and you know, I don't know what his girlfriend or his fiance, I don't know what nationality she is, but if she gets stopped by a cop, I doubt they're gonna harass her. That's all I gotta say. Like, she's very fair. I don't think she's a sister. If anything, a very mestizo, maybe a light Latina, but I don't know. And if that's the case, it's cool. But she looked white. And I think that's the reason, besides the cars and the nice house and having your own reality show, having your own camera crew, they were jealous. It's something my grandfather said years ago, something he experienced. You know, he was from the 20s and 30s, and he said this quote has actually happened to him and his brothers. One time on Christmas, my great-grandparents gave my grandparents and all my great uncles and aunts, they gave them all nickels. And they were sharecroppers, so they lived on a white person's land. And the white kids, for Christmas, they got pennies. And they were jealous of my grandparent and my people. And my grandfather came with a famous quote. He said, I'll make sure I get this right. He said, a white person, he said, it was some real shit. He said, ain't nothing more than a white person with a penny jealous of a black person with a nickel. And that's the end of season 4, episode 4 of Kofi Baraka's World. Thank you for watching. Ashe, ashe, ashe. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. Have a good one. See you in the next dimension.